Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Klamath Falls Falcons baseball on 104.3, 960 Sports, and on mybasin.com. The Falcons back out on the road for this 4th of July weekend tournament at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon. And the first game ahead of us as the Falcons take on the host team, the Roseburg Pepsi Bottlecaps. My name is Josh Eldridge, happy to be along with you today. The Falcons enter play with a 17-2 overall mark on the season. The Bottlecaps, meanwhile, enter play 4-8 on the year. Last time these two teams met was less than a week ago on Friday, a game that the Falcons won 11-1. And actually, that kicked off what now stands as a 4-game winning streak for the Falcons, including a single win last night against the Phoenix Cascade team at Kiger Stadium. And so now a chance to get back out on the road and begin a series of 4 straight games here at the 4th of July weekend tournament in Roseburg. As we have a moment, let's go ahead and introduce you to today's starting lineups, and we'll begin with our visitors, the Klamath Falls Falcons. Leading off for them, their shortstop, Carson Sims. Colin Tacchini bats second. He is pitching. Jacoby Tacchini, the catcher, bats third, followed by Ian Meyer, the third baseman, batting fourth. Hitting fifth is Corbin Hamilton at first base. P.J. Safford's the designated hitter, batting sixth. Batting seventh is the right fielder, Trustin Thomas. Ty Teeters is playing second base and hitting eighth. And Harley Hoblet is in center field. He bats ninth for the Falcons. They go up against a Pepsi Bottlecaps order like this. Leading off, Rowan Randall in center field. Dylan Gregory is the shortstop. He bats second. Braxton Gary, the designated hitter, batting third, followed by Camden Decker hitting cleanup at third base. The catcher, Lauren Smith, is batting fifth, followed by Carson Worsley in left field, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Landon Hinshaw at first base. Lane Wagner is at second base, batting eighth, and hitting ninth is Carter Spencer in right field. We're about ready to hear the anthem today at Champion Car Wash Field, so we'll step aside for 2 minutes and get ready for first pitch on mybasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
For your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
Monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
Josh Eldridge back with you today from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon, as we get set for first pitch today between the Falcons and the Roseburg Pepsi. On the hill today for Roseburg is Ja'Kai Myers. We'll take a look at the statistics on Myers so far this season as he is making his third start of the year. Myers does not have a win or a loss, but he has worked 9 innings this season, allowed 11 hits, 7 runs, 5 of those runs earned. He's walked 11 and struck out 5 batters, an ERA right around 3.8 so far on the season. Coming into today, the Roseburg Pepsi are 4-8 on the season. Since we last saw them back on Friday, they split a doubleheader against North Medford, a win in their opening contest 9-2, and then losing in the nightcap 10-0, but looking to get tournament play started the right way today against the Klamath Falls Falcons, who themselves are, of course, looking to do the same, try to grab their second win against the Pepsi Bottlecaps this season. Again, it was back on Friday, an 11-1 win for the Falcons, as Carson Sims gets ready to step in as we get underway today from Roseburg. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Myers up there on the mound as Sims gets ready to dig in. Carson, when these two teams last played, was 1 for 2 in that contest, had a few runs scored because he also walked. And here he is hit on the first pitch of the ball game and will earn himself a trip to first base for his trouble. And so Colin Tacchini now steps in with a runner on and nobody out.
Now batting number 1, Colin Tacchini.
Colin Tacchini had a fantastic game when these two teams last met. He was 2 for 4 in that game. Each of his hits were doubles. He drove in 5 runs in the 11-1 win back on Friday. Now he bats with a runner on, and again, nobody out. Pitch on the way to Tacchini is hit into the air. Looks like playable in the infield. Running in is the second baseman, Wagner. He's able to make the catch, and 1 gone in the first.
The next batter, number 19, Jacoby Tacchini.
So with 1 out, Jacoby Tacchini gets ready to step in here for the Falcons. Sims aboard there at first. He takes off on the first pitch, and there will be no throw down, as he is in there safely, as that one got away from the catcher just for a moment, enough for Sims to get into scoring position. So now Tacchini, the team's leader in RBI, has a chance to swing away here. Had a good day yesterday against Phoenix Cascade. Couple of extra base hits for Tacchini. Looking to replicate that here today. The pitch is going to bounce to the plate. Again, gets away from the catcher. And again, allows Sims to advance another station. So now he stands just 90 feet away from scoring. Set on the mound is Myers. And a 2-0 count to Jacoby Tacchini at the plate. This one is hit into left field and will get down for a single. And the Falcons are on the board in the top of the first inning. They now lead 1-0 as Sims comes in and scores.
The next batter, number 2, Ian Meyer.
And it brings up Ian Meyer. So another RBI single for Tacchini there as Meyer gets ready to step in. Meyer had a couple of base hits and an RBI when these two teams last met on Friday. Singled in the first and fourth innings of that game, also had a sacrifice fly. And the pitch on the way to Meyer. On the move is Chase Barrett in running for Tacchini at first, and the throw is not going to get him. And so Chase Barrett winds up swiping second there. And another runner in scoring position for the Falcons and their third baseman today, Ian Meyer. Set on the hill again is Myers. And he motions home. That one hit into the air, center field. Moving over is the center fielder, Randall. He makes the catch. No chance for Barrett to advance. And there's 2 outs in the inning.
The next batter, number 12, Corbin Hamilton.
Corbin Hamilton getting ready to settle in now for Klamath Falls with Barrett aboard at second. Myers set to him, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1 to Hamilton with P.J. Safford due up next. Myers gets the signal from his catcher, Smith. We'll introduce you to the rest of the defenders for Roseburg here in just a minute. The pitch home is lifted right side, but foul.
And the starting pitcher, Colin Tacchini. designated hitter is PJ Safter, who is pitching in. He is batting in the number 6 spot for number 4, Mason Snell. First batter for Pepsi to lead off the bottom of the first inning, center fielder Rowan Randall.
Getting ready to lead off the bottom half of the first inning for Roseburg is Rowan Randall against Colin Tacchini today for the Falcons. Pitch-in is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Falcons earned a run in the top half of this inning. Pepsi Bottlecaps looking to have an answer here. Randall leads off. He's followed in the order by Gregory and then Braxton Gary. Pitch from Tacchini, a ground ball out to short. Sims up with it. Will be in time. And there's one out in the first inning.
The next batter, shortstop number 11, Dylan Gregory.
Dylan Gregory digging in now as he takes a ball. Count is 1-0. Gregory was 0 for 1 last time these two teams played back on Friday. Pitch there is fouled back, and the count is even. A ball and a strike. Pitch on the way from Tacchini to Gregory. That one's going to miss upstairs. Count is 2-1. Gregory, a class of 2029 graduate for Roseburg High School, so just wrapped up his freshman season there as he fouls one off. Count is 2-2. Count is now full to Dylan Gregory. Tacchini kicks and delivers and gets a swing and a miss. Now there's quickly 2 outs in the inning, and it brings up Braxton Gary. Gary is the designated hitter today. He started as the catcher last time these teams met. Made it on base both times. He got a chance to hit only one single, though. He was also hit by a pitch in that contest. Pitch on the way to Gary is going to miss inside. Count is 1-0. After Gary, Camden Decker in the order here for Roseburg. The delivery from Tacchini is got to miss inside, and the count is 2-0. And the Pepsi entering in 4-8 on the season, split back on Monday, had a couple of days off before starting the tournament today here at home. Always nice to be able to host a tournament like this. They play in the late game every single, I believe every single day this weekend too, so that's also another positive for them as that pitch is taken on the inside part, and the count is now 3-1 to the hitter Gary. Tacchini from the windup looks to deliver again. This time finds the zone about knee high. So he gets ahead of Gary. Gary, a .318 hitter this season for the Pepsi, a team that as a squad is batting sub 200. So they look to guys like Gary to try to get something going, but here he takes ball 4. And he is aboard with 2 outs in the first inning. So here's Camden Decker Another guy who's towards the top in hitting, 290. He actually ranks 4th best on the team with that 290 average. As Takini is going to miss with a ball, 1-0. Small lead off of first for Gary. And that pitch is swung on and missed. Count is even, 1-1. Ian Meyer playing third base, Carson Sims at short, Ty Teeters at second, Corbin Hamilton at first. Mason Snell in left, Harley Hoblet in center, and Trustin Thomas in right. Throw move over to first, but back safely is Braxton Gary. And so in a 1-1 count, Colin Takini delivers to Camden Decker. That one misses low. Maybe a touch outside as well. 2 balls and a strike. After Decker in the order is Lauren Smith. Takini's set. Jacoby sets the target for him, and it's a line drive right to Ty Teeters. And he makes the catch, and that'll do it in the bottom half of the first inning. The Falcons cling on to a 1-run lead as we go to the second on 104.3 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
Getting set for the top half of the second inning as P.J. Safford looks to dig in for the Klamath Falls Falcons. He's followed in the order by Trustin Thomas and Ty Teeters. First pitch is going to miss upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to P.J. Safford. Starting as the DH today. Myers out of the windup. That one is going to miss up as well, and the count is 2-0. Take a quick check of the numbers for Safford this season, and we'll do so after the 2-0 pitch. Here it comes from Myers. That one is called a strike. Catching the outside part there as Safford comes in hitting .350 on the season for the Falcons. Few RBIs, 10 RBIs on the season for PJ as he checks his swing on a pitch that misses wide. Count is now 3 balls and a strike. Falcons scored 1 run in the first on just 1 base hit. Here's the pitch. That one's going to miss, and Safford will work a walk here to lead off the second inning. Brings up Trustin Thomas here for the Falcons. Thomas has been having a good go of it as of late, batting .295 on the season, 15 RBIs too, and only 13 hits. So he's come up in big spots when it's mattered. And the Falcons, again, winners of their last 4 ball games, all started here on Roseburg on Friday. As that pitch to Trustin Thomas taken upstairs, 1-0. Lead off a first for Safford. Pitch in is waved at and missed, and the count is even here to Trustin Thomas. And just taking a look at what he did when these two teams last met up, he was 0 in that game. It broke up what was a hitting streak for him, but he resumed it shortly thereafter. Now has reached base in each of his last 3 games. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one misses, I think, upstairs. Count is 2 balls and a strike. Pitch home. This one is hit in the air, center field. Moving over is Randall towards the right field gap. He is going to make the catch. And there's 1 out in the inning. Safford remains put there at first. And in steps Ty Teeters for the Falcons.
The next batter, number 7, Ty Teeters.
All right, Teeters ready to dig in here. First pitch to him is going to miss high and in. Count is 1-0. After Teeters in the order, the Falcons batting up Harley Hoblet. He hits in the 9 spot. For the Falcons this season, the runs have come in bunches. We saw that they played Roseburg here earlier in the season. We saw that even last night against Phoenix Cascade. Not a team that's going to bleed you over the course of a game, but they will explode for 4, 5, 6 runs in a single inning. And that's what they're trying to stir up here, of course, with a runner on and just 1 out. But Teeters takes a pitch on the outside part and gets called a strike against him. The count is 2-1 to Ty Teeters. Teeters, second leading hitter on the team this season, bats .435 for the Falcons. And runner is on the move, and a chopper out towards second. Going to be tough for Wagner to get to, but he does. And now they throw to third to try to get Safford. It gets away from the third baseman, but not far enough to allow Safford to score. And so a second out recorded in the inning, and runner advances to third for the Falcons, and it brings up Harley Hoblet. Got to give credit to Wagner there. He was out of position to make that play, trying to cover Safford on the steal, but was able to recover in time and make the play to record the out. Now the Falcons with a runner at third and 2 gone. They're needing Hoblet to collect a hit here to try to push that run across. And, well, Myers uses a fastball there to work ahead. The count is 0-1. Set again is Myers. And the pitch is a grounder towards the left side. Up with it is the third baseman, Decker. Throw across the diamond is there, and that'll do it in the top half of the second inning. The Falcons get a base runner, no base hits, and they leave a man stranded. And they lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom half of inning number 2 next on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Rob, why do you think so many families choose Subaru here?
Because they're built for real life here in Southern Oregon.
All-wheel drive, safety, and room for everything from kids to camping gear.
And we've got Subarus in stock, ready to go when you are.
Plus, we're locally owned and deeply involved in the community.
When you buy from us, you buy from a dealership that supports Klamath Falls. Stop by and say hi.
Friendly, local, and easy to work with. That's us at Klamath Falls Subaru, right on Washburn Way.
All right, we are ready now for the bottom half of the second inning. It's Lauren Smith, Carson Worsley, and Landon Hinshaw do up this half inning for the Pepsi as We continue to move along. The Falcons lead the Pepsi 1-0. Colin Tacchini continuing to work out there as I believe that pitch was called a strike. Nice job finding the inside part. And working ahead here of Lauren Smith, 0-1. Tacchini now ready for the pitch again. Curveball, that time misses wide. Count is even. And a ball and a strike to Smith. Tacchini comes back with the count even. That one is chopped foul. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Smith batting here in the 5 spot. The Pepsi Bottlecaps got a base runner in the first on a walk. Weren't able to get him across. Here is the 1-2 pitch, and it is swung on and missed. 1 out in the inning. And that will bring up Carson Worsley. Try to check on some of the statistics for some of these Roseburg kids as well. We've got, best we can tell you, Worsley, a .333 hitter. Although has played in a pretty minimal amount of games, this is only the 5th at-bat that he'll have had this season. And he starts it off with a foul ball. And the count is 0-1. Tacchini ready to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Here it comes out of the windup. It is waved at and missed. Count is 0-2 to Worsley with Landon Hinshaw waiting on deck. Right-handed hitting left fielder for Roseburg digs back in. And now we'll do it in an 0-2 count. Tacchini is going to push across, strike 3 looking that time. And there are 2 outs in the inning on back-to-back Ks there for Tacchini. 3 for the ball game, and in steps Hinshaw. Hinshaw getting the start at first base today. When these two teams last met, Hinshaw was 1 for 2 and had an RBI in that game. Here he takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Hinshaw, a product of Douglas High School, as he fouls that one back. The count is 0-2. Douglas, a 3A school. You've got North Douglas and you've got Douglas. Sometimes they get confused. North Douglas is the smaller 1A, 2A school. Douglas, a 3A school here in the area. The 0-2 is a grounder, a chance for Sims out at short. Throw on to Hamilton at first is in time. 3 up, 3 down for Colin Tacchini and the Falcons in the second. And we go to the third. Klamath falls up 1-0 on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN. Expert care when it matters most.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Josh Eldridge back with you as we get set here for the top half of inning number 3 from Champion Car Wash Field, home of a number of programs here in Roseburg, not only the Pepsi Bottlecaps, but also the AAA Legion Baseball Club, the Roseburg Dock Stewarts, who are on the road this week. They've got their own tournament going on over 4th of July weekend. Also, Umpqua Community College plays their home games here. The Umpqua Valley Christian High School team plays their home games here. A multi-use facility, a great facility, and really glad we get to enjoy it throughout this weekend as Carson Sims gets ready to lead things off for the Falcons. First pitch to Sims is taken for a strike. Looked to be the curveball that time from Myers. He uses it to get ahead here 0-1. Sims was hit by a pitch on the very first pitch of the game. So second opportunity here today. He's come through and scored what so far stands as the only run of the ball game. Here he chops one foul towards the Roseburg dugout, and the count to him is 0-2. All right, Myers working out of the windup here, gets the sign from Smith, and he gets set to deliver the 0-2 pitch to Carson Sims. That one misses upstairs, and the count 1-2. Carson this season batting in the leadoff spot for the Falcons. He is a .365 hitter for Klamath Falls. Here's another two-strike offering. This time again misses up, and the count 2-2. After Sims, it's Colin Takini, and then Jacoby Takini for the Falcons. Top three in the order due up in the top of the third. Out of the windup again, here's Myers, the 2-2 home. Bounced back up the middle, the shortstop in the gap. Gregory gloves it, fires a dart in time to get Sims at first. And there's one out in the third inning. Another nice bit of defense by the middle infield for Roseburg. And although we're only in the top of the third inning, seems like a far cry from how this team played back on Friday as Colin Takini gets ready to step in now. Back on Friday, Pepsi committed 5 errors in that game. First pitch swinging for Colin Takini, line drive center field. That one settles down in front of Randall for a one-out base hit. And the Falcons have got a base runner with one gone in the third.
Number 19, Jacoby Takini.
So it'll bring up Jacoby Takini. And, of course, like I said, we're only in the third inning. Still time for some things to change, but Roseburg seemingly worked out their defensive woes since these two teams last met. By the way, Max Rogers has come in to run for Colin Takini over there at first as Jacoby Takini gets ready to dig in. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game today, knocked in the only RBI of the contest so far, and he takes ball 1 below the knees. Count favors Jacoby. Knocked in RBI number 30 on the season with the single earlier today. Here he sends one down the line at third, underneath the glove of Decker and into left. Rogers turning around second, headed for third. He is in there. Digging for second is Jacoby Takini, and he's in there as well. Good aggressive base running there for the Falcons, gives them 2 men in scoring position. They're going to rule that an error for the Pepsi as Takini reaches and then advances on the throw to second. 2 men in scoring position here for Ian Meyer. Meyer on the season, scorching hot this year. .569 average, 29 singles, 4 doubles, 17 RBIs.
Number 2, Ian Myers.
So far today, Meyer is 0 for 1, but a chance to drive in a couple here with only 1 out in the inning. He'll take a first pitch strike. Look to catch the outside part of the plate there. The count is 0-1. After Meyer in the Falcons order, it is Corbin Hamilton. Set on the bump is Myers, and the pitch is going to miss and get away from the catcher. To the backstop it goes. The throw to try to get Rogers is not in time, and on a wild pitch, the Falcons extend their lead. It's 2-0 in the top of the third inning. Also, Chase Barrett, who's in running for Jacoby Takini, advanced to third on that pitch. So the count is 1-1 to Ian Meyer. Still an RBI opportunity with 1 out in the third as Jakai Myers delivers the pitch. That one is fouled back, and there's 2 strikes on Ian. First of 4 this weekend here in Roseburg. Tomorrow, the Falcons taking on Vencer from the same program that the Falcons played on their long road trip last week. Different team of Vencer, though. This will be their 16U program as Meyer takes a pitch upstairs, 2-2. Then on Saturday, playing another team from here in the Roseburg area, the Junior Riverhawks, who picked up a win earlier today. They won 11-1 against the Southern Oregon Hooks in 5 innings. And so that's a good showing for them. And then they wrap up the weekend, the Falcons do, against that Southern Oregon Hooks team that lost via mercy rule earlier today. The count to Ian Meyer is now 3-2 after being patient on the last couple of pitches. Meyer's got a full count to him. And Jakai Myers on the hill gets ready to deliver the pitch. Meyer rips that one to left field, but it is just foul, and so we'll do it again in a full count. And you can see there, if you're watching on mybasin.com, the infield in for Roseburg, going to try to cut down Chase Barrett, who stands at third with 1 out in the inning. Ian Meyer digs back in a full count as Ja'Kai Myers comes set out of the stretch. The pitch is hit in the air right side, looks out of play, and so Meyer will do it again in a full count. Graduate of Henley High School, Meyer will be attending the University of Oregon in the fall. Here's the 3-2. Line drive, caught by the pitcher, throw to third to get Barrett, short hops the third baseman. But a comebacker that Myers was able to glove, and there's 2 outs in the inning, and it brings up Corbin Hamilton. Quick reactions out there on the hill.
The next batter, number 12, Corbin Hamilton.
All right, in steps Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton 0 for 1, he grounded out to second base in the first inning. And the pitch is going to miss upstairs. It's 1-0 to Corbin Hamilton. P.J. Safford due up next if Hamilton is able to get aboard. Works ahead here 1-0. The pitch from Ja'Kai Myers misses in. And the count is 2-0. Taking a look at the statistics here for Hamilton on the season. He bats .420 on the year, 13 RBIs for him. And the pitch is going to miss low again. Hamilton well ahead here, 3-0 in the count. And if you can afford to be real picky up there at the plate, find something you can take advantage of. The 3-0, that pitch looked pretty good over the middle of the plate, but Hamilton lets it go by. Still works ahead here, 3-1. First base is open, so if you're Ja'Kai Myers, you can still try to work away from Hamilton here. And drops in a curveball. Not a bad pitch at all. Work the count full. In a 3-1 count, you'd think Hamilton's probably sitting fastball. So if you feel confident in throwing that bender for a strike, do it. And that time Myers did. Counts full. 3-2. The pitch is swung on and missed, and a good at-bat work there by Roseburg to work it back to a strikeout to end the inning and leave a runner stranded at third, although the Falcons do add 1 in the inning on the wild pitch that allowed Max Rogers to score a run. The Falcons lead 2-0 as we go to the bottom half of inning number 3 next on mybasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Set for the bottom half of inning number 3 here on 104.3 and 960 Sports and on mybasin.com. It's 8-9-1 in the Roseburg order due up in the bottom of the third as the Falcons lead 2-0. It's Lane Wagner, Carter Spencer, and Rowan Randall as we get things going in the bottom half of inning number 3. It is a 6-team event this weekend in Roseburg, the Douglas County Baseball Association 4th of July tournament. First pitch swung on and missed, by the way, as Takini delivers to Lane Wagner. We're the final game today, so I can tell you the final scores of the first 2 games from earlier this afternoon after this 0-1 pitch home is swung on and missed, and the count's 0-2. The Junior Riverhawks defeated the Southern Oregon Hooks earlier today in 5 innings, 11-1. The Eugene Armadillos defeated Vencer 4-3. That game went the distance, 7 innings. Here's the 0-2 from Colin Takini. Misses up and away. And the count's a ball and 2 strikes to Lane Wagner. Falcons play at noon tomorrow against Vencer, like we discussed. The 1-2 pitch is fouled off. We'll do it again. A ball and 2 strikes. Otherwise, going on tomorrow, the Armadillos play the Junior Riverhawks, and this Pepsi Ball Club takes on the Southern Oregon Hooks. The 1-2 again is bounced up the middle. Colin Tacchini fields it off the mound and throws on to first in time. 1-3 and 1 out in the 3rd inning. So here's the number 9 hitter in the Roseburg order. That's Carter Spencer, starting in right field today for the Pepsi Bottlecaps. Spencer on the season batting .240. He is 6 for his first 25. All of his hits this season have been singles as he steps in against Colin Tacchini. First pitch misses up, and the count is 1-0. Top of the lineup due up next for the Pepsi with Rowan Randall on deck. Falcons lead 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Colin Tacchini with the pitch. That one is fouled straight back towards the netting. Count is 1-1. So look at pretty good fan attendance today in Roseburg. Here's the 1-1 pitch in. Fouled back towards Tacchini. The count is 1-2. See quite a few Falcons shirts on our camera in from center field. Got quite a few people that are real backed up towards the press box too. So although there's some empty seatings down near home plate, there is pretty good attendance today at Champion Car Wash Field. Tacchini ready to deliver the 1-2. That is taken for strike 3 on the outer third, and there's 2 outs in the inning. And for Colin, that's now 4 strikeouts on the day as Rowan Randall steps back in. Randall 0 for 1 in the ballgame so far. He grounded out in the 1st inning. Tacchini, with the first pitch to him, is going to bounce, and the count's 1-0. Randall on the season, batting, well, he's 1 for his first 20 on the year. So a sub-100 average for him. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Colin Tacchini. And that one is called a strike, and he works things even. That pitch looked about letter high over the outside part of the plate to the left-handed hitting center fielder for Roseburg. Here is the 1-1. Grounder towards the left side. Ian Meyer a defensive chance, and he converts successfully. A good stretch by Hamilton to help him out. And another inning facing the minimum for Colin Tacchini as we go to the top half of the 4th inning in a 2-0 ball game on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Josh Eldridge back with you today from Roseburg on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. Checking the line score for our 2 teams today. The Klamath Falls Falcons lead the Roseburg Pepsi Bottlecaps 2-0. For the Falcons, 2 runs comes on 2 hits. They've committed no errors for Roseburg, no runs, no hits, 1 error for the Pepsi today. As we get set for the top half of the 4th, it'll be P.J. Safford, Trustin Thomas, and Ty Teeters do up this half for the Falcons. Safford walked his first time up, wound up stranded at 3rd base in the 2nd inning. And he'll take the first pitch low and probably outside as well. The count is 1-0 to Safford. Falcons scored 1 in the first and 1 in the third to build out their 2-run lead. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one taken in the similar location as the previous one, so Safford works ahead at 2-0. PJ, the lone representative from Klamath Union High School on this Falcons team, takes a strike there, 2-1. Also one of 2 players to announce a commitment to further their playing career. Of course, Safford will be attending Oregon Tech next year as he looks to continue his career. Sends a sharp grounder to third. Up with it is Decker. The throw takes the first baseman off the bag, and he can't win the foot race back. And so Safford is going to reach on the error, and it brings up Trustin Thomas.
The next batter, number 5, Trustin Thomas.
Thomas today 0 for 1. He flew out to center field in the second inning. Getting ready to step in now for his second look at Ja'Kai Myers. Safford a pretty modest lead off of first base. Takes a good secondary lead as Thomas takes strike 1 on the inside part about belt high. He falls behind of Ja'Kai Myers here. After Thomas in the Falcons order, it is Ty Teeters. Talk about guys who are lone representative from their school. We've talked a lot about Thomas being from Modoc High School. So that pitch misses upstairs, 1-1. But he's played well the last 6 or 7 ball games. Has seen that average climb up from the low 200s just at the beginning of last week to now entering play today batting .295. Here's the 1-1. That one is fouled back, and the count is ball and 2 strikes to Trustin. Falcons as a squad batting .374, and so average that high. It's no surprise that they win a lot of baseball games. Again, come into play today, 17-2 overall in the season, and a perfect 8-0 in Area 4 play, Area 4 South, that is. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's hit high. Center field, moving over is Randall, and he makes the catch in a couple of steps. And there's one out in the inning.
Now batting number 7, Ty Teeters.
Teeters getting ready to step in now. Today he's 0 for 1. He grounded out to second base in the second inning. Ty has been one of the many bright spots on this year's Falcons team. Second on the squad in hitting, .435 this season. Runner is on the move. The throw down to try to get Safford is going to be late. Safford swipes second and into scoring position. That pitch, by the way, was called a strike. And so Teeters is behind, but now he bats with the man in scoring position. Ty's got 11 RBIs on the season. Trying to add to the Falcons' 2-run lead in the top of the 4th inning in the opening game of the 4th of July tournament here in Roseburg. The shortstop, Gregory, trying to keep Safford close. Myers takes a long look over there before delivering home to Teeters, who lifts the ball into shallow right field. Spencer coming in, makes the catch. Safford will not be tagging, and there's 2 outs in the inning. So here's Harley Hoblet. Harley 0 for 1 today as well. He grounded out in the second inning, although he sent his ground ball to third base. On the season, Hoblet batting .289 for the Falcons. First pitch on the way from Ja'Kai Myers. And that one misses in the turf. A fine job there by Smith to keep it in front of him. No one is moving. And the count is 1-0 to Harley Hoblet. Younger player for the Falcons. This is his first year with the Falcons, but he's carved out a pretty consistent role, hitting towards the bottom of the order and playing center field to start a majority of games this year. Hoblet has started, he's started 17 games in center field this season. Here's the pitch. That one's going to miss upstairs, 2-1. Even hitting at the bottom of the order, that's a good role to have. We've seen guys in the Falcons, and as is typical, move over to second base, by the way. Safford's back safely Guys who used to hit towards the bottom of the order now hit up towards the top, and that's the way that Coach Teeters often kind of draws up his lineup card. He likes those 8-9 guys to sort of act as second leadoff hitters to set up the top of the order. So you look at guys who hit at the top of the order this year: Carson Sims, Colin Takini's always sort of floated near the top, but Ian Meyer batting cleanup. These are guys that definitely hit towards the bottom of the order last season who are used in a similar way, just now towards the top of the order. And you can see that in the future for Harley Hoblet as well. The 2-1 is called a strike. 2-2. Hoblet didn't like that call on the outside part, although it looked good up here. He's going to have to protect in a 2-strike count. Safford leads off of second. The second baseman, Wagner, creeping up on him, but now he returns to a standard playing position as the pitcher comes set. Here's the 2-strike pitch home to Harley Hoblet, and it misses up. And so it's a full count to Harley. First base is open. And again, Carson Sims is up next. Myers delivers the 2-strike pitch to Hoblet. He checks his swing, holds up in time, and he walks. Puts 2 men on for Carson Sims here with 2 outs in the 4th. Hoblet has got a great eye up there at the plate. That's his 13th walk this season. That is second most on the team. And I said it earlier on the year, he's also struck out the second fewest amount of times. So just puts together good at-bats, and that one there, another good example as Carson Sims gets ready to step in. Here's the pitch to Carson. Hit to right field, coming in is Spencer. That one's going to drop down in front of us. Safford turning around third. He is going to score, and an RBI single for Carson Sims makes it a 3-run lead for the Falcons in the 4th inning. Hoblet advancing to third on that single. First hit of the day for Sims, RBI number 13 on the season, and it brings up Colin Takini. Catcher for Roseburg, Lauren Smith, out from behind home plate to discuss what to do in the event that Sims is on the move. And, well, wouldn't put it past him here with the speed he has over at first. As Ja'Kai Myers looks in against Colin Takini, he's 1 for 2 today. Sims on the move on the very first pitch. It's called a strike. The throw down to second is not going to be in time. And so in an 0-1 count, Colin Takini now bats with 2 men in scoring position. Colin on the season has got 19 RBI. Here's the pitch. Misses up. Count is 1-1. Again, Colin, who, by the way, will be playing some college games on this field. He's committed to Umpqua Community College to further his playing career. The 1-1 pitch home is lifted into right field. Coming in is Spencer. That one is caught on the run and probably saves a couple of runs as well, as Roseburg escapes the 4th, having only allowed 1. But the Falcons lead 3-0. We go to the bottom half of the 4th next on mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
right, getting set for the bottom half of the fourth inning today on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com. I think we are back and ready to go. Had a little bit of a network blip there at the top of the inning, but Dylan Gregory is up to bat against Colin Tacchini. This one is hit in the air, shallow right field. Trustin Thomas will make the catch, battle in the sun a little bit, and there is one out in the fourth.
The next batter, number 19, Braxton Gary.
Gary getting ready to step in now for Roseburg. She goes to work against Colin Tacchini. Gary walked his first time up and was left stranded at first base in the first inning. That pitch misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Gary bats here from the right side. Pitch on the way from Tacchini is called a strike that time, right over the heart of the plate, and the count is even at a ball and a strike to Gary. Jacoby sets the signal, now sets the target, looking to work him outside, and they get a swing and a miss there. Ball and 2 strikes against Gary, and Camden Decker is on deck for Roseburg. Again, already 1 out, a 3-run ball game. The Falcons lead, bottom of the fourth inning. The 1-2 pitch is called strike 3, goes off speed and froze him up. And there's 2 outs in the fourth, bringing up Camden Decker.
Next batter, number 17, Camden Decker.
Camden Decker is 0 for 1 today, lined out to second base, his first time up to end the first inning. Here's the pitch. Line drive, right field. Thomas lays out and makes the catch in right. A fantastic flash of the leather for Trustin Thomas, and that will end the bottom of the fourth inning. We head to inning number 5, and the Falcons a 3-run lead on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
Getting set for the top half of inning number 5 on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com. Leading off this half inning for the Falcons, Jacoby Tacchini, Ian Meyer, and Corbin Hamilton. As Jakai Meyer still out there working for Roseburg. Lead off this fifth inning. It's a 3-0 ball game. The Falcons lead. First pitch to Jacoby Tacchini. Hits one hard to center field, although it looks playable for Randall, and he does, in fact, make the catch. And 1 pitch and 1 out in the top of the fifth inning. So now in steps Ian Meyer for the Falcons.
Ian Meyer.
Meyer 0 for 2 today. He flew out to center field in the first. He lined out to the pitcher in the third. Hit the ball hard, but it was obviously right back to Jakai Myers. That pitch misses up and in to Ian, and the count is 1-0. Meyer leading the team in a number of statistical categories this season. Hits, singles. He's second in runs scored. He is third in RBI. And again, leads the team in average, 569 here today. The 2-0 pitch on the way to Ian. That's going to hit him. And by the way, for what it's worth, extending his team lead in the hit-by-pitch category. He's now been plunked 4 times this season, so also leading the group in that, although maybe that's a little less prestigious than the batting average and the runs scored and the hits and all those types of things. But a way to get on base nonetheless for Ian Meyer as he sets up Corbin Hamilton to bat with a runner on and one out. The pitch misses low, and it's a 1-0 count to Corbin Hamilton. He's also 0 for 2 today. Grounded out in the first inning, struck out in the third. Corbin batting .420 on the season for Klamath Falls. Pitch on the way from Ja'Kai Myers. Ian Meyer on the move. The throw down is gonna get him. Oh, man, that was close. The throw, oh, man, yeah, they're gonna, no argument there. Good tag applied by Gregory. They get Meyer trying to steal second. 2 outs, no complaints. It was a close play. Good throw by the catcher, Smith, too. And it's a 2-0 count to Corbin Hamilton at the plate. Ja'Kai Myers now gets a chance to work out of the windup once more. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled back towards the catcher. I want to give Smith a moment here as count is now 2-1 to Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton will go walk down the line, have a quick chat with Coach Teeters over here. As we remind you, today's broadcast on mybasin.com brought to you in part by Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat in the Klamath Basin, check out the Abby's Legendary Pizza locations at 1919 Austin Street or 2226 Shalleck Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza, a proud supporter of high school and youth sports. The 2-1 is going to miss upstairs. 3-1 the count to Corbin Hamilton. And on deck after Corbin is P.J. Safford. Here's the delivery home. Hamilton rips that one foul off the right side. Count moves full, 3-2. Right-handed hitting Hamilton, ever relaxed in the right-handed batter's box, awaits the full count offering. Here it is from Ja'Kai Myers. It bounces to the plate, and Meyer works aboard at first. And so with Meyer aboard at first, with Hamilton aboard at first, it brings up P.J. Safford. Safford has reached base both times today, although he's still without a base hit. He walked in the second, reached on an error, and scored in the fourth. Here's the pitch from Ja'Kai Myers. It's a ground ball to the shortstop, snagged by Gregory on the dive, and he gets the force out at second. Another good defensive play in the middle infield for Roseburg today, and they take a hit away from P.J. Safford to end the fifth inning, although the Falcons still lead 3-0 as we go to the bottom half of the fifth next on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever. Wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
$61.
Getting set here for the bottom half of the fifth inning on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. The Klamath Falls Falcons lead the Roseburg Pepsi Bottlecaps, a score of 3-0. Lauren Smith, Carson Worsley, and Landon Hinshaw do up this half for the Pepsi Bottlecaps. Again, that's 5, 6, and 7 in the order for them. As Colin Tacchini continues to work out there for the Falcons, we'll check the line score for him here in just a moment, as Lauren Smith faces him for the second time today and sends a ground ball over to first base. The throw onto first is going to be in time as Sims makes the play, and there's one out in the inning. So for Tacchini, now 4 1/3 innings into this start. He's not allowed a hit yet, obviously no runs. He's walked one batter and struck out 5. Now getting a chance to face Carson Worsley for the second time today. Worsley struck out in the second inning of this one, and he takes ball one on the inside part there and gets ahead 1-0. Worsley starting in left field today for Roseburg. As Colin delivers the 1-0 pitch, it's hit in the air, looks like behind home plate, out of play, and the count is even at a ball and a strike to Worsley. On the season, Carson Worsley is batting .333, and he takes strike two there. Count is 1-2 as Takini continues to work out there for Klamath Falls. Ready to go again out of the windup. All right, we're back with you. Had a brief moment. It looks like we lost the stream for just a second, but we are back. The at-bat for Carson Worsley ended in a 1-3 putout as a comebacker towards Colin Takini was quickly handled. And so far, he works ahead of the next batter, Landon Hinshaw, 0-2. Hinshaw 0 for 1 in the ball game, grounded out in the second. Colin Takini steps, kicks, and delivers the pitch, and that one misses low. Count is 1-2. Takini with the 1-2 once more. Misses low there, 2-2. After Hinshaw on the order is Lane Wagner. And Takini gets the swing and the miss in the dirt, tag applied. And that'll do it in the fifth. Back with the sixth next on mybasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts Too, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts Too on Facebook.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
All right, back with you, top of the sixth. All right, Ty Teeter stepping in now as Thomas was out on the ground out to lead off the inning. And Teeter steps in now. He's 0 for 2 today as we get the scoreboard back up for you again. The count to him here is 0-1. The pitch home is going to miss upstairs. Count is 1-1 now to Teeters. After Teeters in the order again, it's Harley Hoblet. That one is a grounder set out towards second base. Up with it is Wagner. Throw on to first is there. 2 up, 2 down in the sixth inning. So now Instead's Harley Hoblet for the Falcons. Hoblet today 0 for 1 in the ball game. He has grounded out and he has walked so far today. Here's the pitch from Ja'Kai Myers, still out there working for the Pepsi. And that pitch was taken for a ball. Count is 1-0. After Hoblet we get there. The lineup card turns over for the Falcons. Here's the pitch. It misses up as well. 2-0. Try to check the line score here for Myers if we can, as the 2-0 misses low. 3-0. Been impressed with his start against the Falcons. He's limited to just 3 hits today. In 5 2/3 innings pitched, he's walked 3 and struck out 1. As that pitch misses low to Harley, he has walked his 4th batter. Second time he's walked Harley today. And that puts a runner on first here with 2 outs in the inning. So now it's Carson Sims getting ready to bat here for the Falcons. Carson today is 1 for 2.
Now batting number 3, Carson Sims.
He singled in the 4th inning, knocked in a run. He also was hit by a pitch in the 1st and scored a run in the 1st inning. Hoblet with a pretty sizable lead off of first. They go check on him. We'll show you this angle and see what kind of lead Harley has taken off the bag here, as Ja'Kai Myers gets the ball back after trying to pick him off. See a pretty good lead there for Harley, as Sims awaits the first pitch to him. Here it comes. Runner is on the move. The throw down to try to get Hoblet right on the money, but Hoblet slides in underneath the tag and into scoring position. And I believe that was called a strike at the plate to Carson Sims. So he works from behind here with a runner in scoring position, and 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning of a 3-0 ball game. Myers set on the hill, and now he motions home again. This one fisted foul, and the count is 0-2 to Carson Sims with Colin Tacchini on deck. It's been kind of an abnormal game so far for the Falcons. Again, just haven't been able to get much going on offense. They've left runners on base in nearly every inning. It's been a good outing for Myers on the hill. Sims trying to add to their 3-run advantage. Here's the 0-2 taken upstairs. And I don't mean to say that we should be winning by more, of course. This Falcons still in front, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. But just been a good outing, all told, by Myers out there. He's stifled some of the Falcons' better hitters on this team. The 1-2 pitch coming home is going to miss outside. 2-2. It has been the top guys in the order who've been able to do the damage. All 3 hits come between Carson, Colin, or Jacoby. Carson trying to add another here. The 2-2. Hit towards the right side, although it is out of play. And so we'll do it again in a 2-2 count. Sims got his single last time up. Colin got his single in the 3rd inning. And Jacoby got his base hit in the 1st. All right. 2-2. And again to Sims. Bouncer back up towards the middle. Another chance for Gregory. Shore-handed as ever at short. And they make the play in time in the 6th inning. 3-run lead for the Falcons as we go to the bottom half of the 6th next on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
Bottom of the 6th inning, the Klamath Falls Falcons lead the Roseburg Pepsi Bottlecaps at the Douglas County Baseball Association's 4th of July tournament. Colin Tacchini still out there working for the Falcons today. He's pitched well through the first 5. Shutout has been intact so far as he looks to work against Lane Wagner, Carter Spencer, and Rowan Randall, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Roseburg order.
Number 14, Lane Wagner.
All right, Wagner, the left-hander, digs in against Tacchini. First pitch is got to be taken low for a ball, 1-0. Colin out of the windup with the 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air, shallow left field. A diving attempt at third by Meyer. He is going to come up empty, but I believe it was a foul ball anyway. And so going back is Lane Wagner. A quality attempt that time by Meyer at third. And fortunately enough for the Falcons, that didn't stay fair. If it had, could have been extra base hits with the way that ball was spinning and kicked into the corner. Could have been trouble, certainly, to lead off the inning here in the bottom of the 6th. But now the count is 1-1, and Tacchini delivers. That one catches the outside corner and moves the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Wagner's been the starting second baseman today for Roseburg. Good play out of their middle infield today. A marked improvement from last time we saw these guys back on Friday. 2-strike pitch misses low and in. 2-2. The count to Wagner. Wagner bats 200 on the season for Roseburg. And here is the 2-2. That is going to miss low as well. 3-2 the count to Wagner. Tacchini has walked 1 batter previous today. Working a full count against Wagner. Going to try to find the zone against the lefty. Here's the pitch. That is hit foul towards the bleachers on the left side. And fan made a catch. That's what you're hearing the applause for. It was a line drive right to a fan and made the catch. I think that's the Barrett family. All right. We like to see that. Here's the 3-2 again. And this time they got Wagner looking for a strikeout. 1 gone in the inning, and it brings up Carter Spencer. I can't quite recognize who that is, although I don't know. To me, that hard to say. I don't want to put anyone out there who's not actually here, but I'm pretty sure that there's some Falcon parents over there. All right. Carter Spencer digging in. Here's the first pitch to him. It's going to be called a strike. Catches the outside part against another left-handed hitter for Roseburg. Carter Spencer bats .240 this season for the Pepsi Bottlecaps. Here's the 0-1 pitch, a roller foul, and the count is 0-2 against him. 3-0 our score. The Falcons lead in the first game of this weekend showcase tournament. Playing 4 games here before returning back home to the Klamath Basin on Tuesday. A league doubleheader against South Medford there at Kiger Stadium on Tuesday. 0-2 pitch home. This is up. 1-2 the count to Spencer. Leadoff hitter in the order. Rowan Randall due up next. Tacchini out of the windup. Here he comes with the pitch. Misses out there. 2-2. Colin. See where he goes here in the 2-2. That one is lifted. Shallow center field. Got to communicate out there. This time Sims calls everybody off, and he will make the catch. 2 outs in the 6th inning, bringing up Rowan Randall.
Now batting number 5, Rowan Randall.
Randall today 0 for 2. He's grounded out both times, once to shortstop and once to third base. All right. Steps in against Tacchini for the 3rd time today. The first pitch showing bunt. Pushes it down in front of the mound. Going to be tough to get to, and Roseburg lays down a bunt in the 6th inning. Breaks up the no-hitter with a bunt in the 6th. Say what you will about that, but it gets Roseburg in the hits column.
Number 11, Dylan Gregory.
And it brings up Dylan Gregory. A lot of folks would be upset about laying down a bunt single in a no-hitter like this, although baseball's baseball. Got to be able to defend that one. And Dylan Gregory's 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. Lifted foul off the right side, and the count to him is 0-1. After Gregory in the order, it's Braxton Gary. Jacoby Tacchini comes out and has a chat with Colin here before the next pitch. And it's been a good outing today for Jacoby. Like I said, first single was just hit on that bunt single from a moment ago. And so I think you just continue to let Colin work out there. He's certainly in a groove. He's got a runner on for the first time since the first inning. And so working out of the stretch, maybe just wanting to calm himself down a little bit. Regardless, he's ready to go again. The 0-1, tag applied, and over at first, Randall is back safely. So we'll try again. See if Tacchini goes home with the 0-1 pitch to Dylan Gregory. Finds its way home with an off-speed pitch, and the count is 0-2. Tacchini set on the hill, and the pitch is gonna miss upstairs. Looks like the umpire even thought about ringing him up there, but to no avail. Still 2 strikes on the hitter as Tacchini comes set again. There's the pitch. This one's hit in the air, right center field. Going to be tough for Thomas to get to, but he moves over in the gap with enough time to make the catch and end the inning. The Roseburg Pepsi Bottlecaps get their first hit, but they're still searching for their first run as we go to the 7th inning next in a 3-0 ball game on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
Top of the 7th inning, go ahead and check the line score for these two teams. The Klamath Falls Falcons lead the Roseburg Pepsi Bottlecaps 3-0. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Falcons. For Roseburg, no runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors. New pitcher into the game is Dane Smith for the Bottlecaps, as we can close the book on what was overall a quality start from Ja'Kai Myers, even though he's in line for a loss if Roseburg can't make a comeback in this game. He pitched 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, no earned runs. He walked 4 and struck out 1, but it gives us a quick chance to take a look at the numbers for the new pitcher into the game, the right-hander from Roseburg High School, Dane Smith. He just wrapped up his junior season with the Indians, and here this year for the Pepsi, Dane Smith is making his 6th appearance of the season. He hasn't yet started a game, and he's thrown 7 previous innings, allowing 6 hits, 5 runs, 7 walks, and 6 Ks, an ERA of 5. Entering play today as Colin Tacchini gets ready to step in to lead off the 7th inning. First pitch to Colin is going to miss upstairs. Count is 1-0. Colin so far 1 for 3. He singled in the 3rd inning and came around to score in that inning. Otherwise, he's flown out a pair of times. Takes a pitch upstairs, and the count is 2-0 to Colin. Had great success last time he was here at Champion Car Wash Field. Like I said, he'll be continuing his playing career for Coach Jake Whistler and the Umpqua Community College baseball team as he hits one into the air, right center field in the gap, and gets down for what could be extra bases. Tacchini dives into second base safely and is in with a leadoff double in the 7th inning. for Colin this season. That is his 7th double of the year. Pulls him in a tie for the team lead in that category with the next hitter. Jacoby Tacchini also has 7 doubles this season, although today he's 1 for 3. Singled in a run in the first, he reached on an error in the third, and flew out in the 5th. So quick conference on the mound between Smith and Smith. Of course, Lauren Smith, the catcher, Dane Smith now on the mound. By the way, Max Rogers in to run for Colin at second. And so here is Jacoby Tacchini with a fresh count, 1 on and nobody out. The delivery from Dane Smith is going to miss up. 1-0, nearly got away from the catcher it seemed, but no harm, no foul, I suppose. And so staying put out there at second is Max Rogers. Dane Smith set on the mound once more as he motions home for the pitch after checking on Rogers again. This time a pitch inside does get away from the catcher, and advancing to third is Max Rogers, now just 90 feet away from scoring, and Jacoby Tacchini in a 2-0 count. The Falcons lead here 3-0. Any runs they can add here going into the bottom of the 7th would make things a little bit more comfortable for the potential of Tacchini trying to close this one out if they stay with him in the 7th. The 2-0 pitch home to Jacoby Tacchini misses upstairs, and he is now ahead 3-0. After Jacoby in the order, it's Ian Meyer for the Falcons. Try again. Here's the 3-0. And that one is called a strike. 3-1 the count. Still a definite hitter's count, I suppose, here for Jacoby as he digs back in. Infield in for Roseburg, and this one is hit to center field. Going back is Randall. Makes the catch. Tagging from third is Rogers, and he will score. A sacrifice fly and an RBI improves the Falcons' lead to 4-0. And for Tacchini, his 2nd RBI of the day and his 31st of the season. It brings up Ian Meyer with the bases empty. Meyer 0 for 2 today, although he was hit by a pitch. That was in the 5th inning. First pitch home, called a strike. Meyer getting ready to settle back in here behind in the count. Here comes the pitch. That one also called a strike. Dropped in a curveball on the inside corner from Dane Smith. Works ahead of Ian Meyer here, 0-2. Smith out of the windup. Delivers again. This is a grounder out towards second. Up with it is Wagner. The throw on to first is in time. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Brings up Corbin Hamilton with the bases empty and 2 gone. Leadoff double for Colin Tacchini helped the Falcons score a run earlier in this inning. But now with 2 outs, Corbin trying to get something going here for the Falcons. Dane Smith delivers the pitch, and it's called a strike. Low pitch there to Hamilton goes against him, and the count is 0-1 against Corb. P.J. Safford is on deck, hoping for a chance with 2 outs in the inning. The 0-1. That's dropped in there for a strike. A nice bender that time from Smith, and Hamilton quickly behind in the count, 0-2. He has struck out once earlier today. He also walked in the 5th and grounded out in the 1st. The 0-2 on the way to Hamilton. A curveball, chopper to the left side of the infield. The third baseman up with it. Throw to first is not going to be in time. And Hamilton pretty close to beating that out, although the throw did take the first baseman off the bag. They're going to give Hamilton the infield single, and so will we, as P.J. Safford gets a chance to bat now after the 2-out single there for Hamilton.
Batter number 6, P.J. Safford.
Safford's reached base a pair of times today, still looking for his first hit, though. He walked in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th. He grounded out in the 5th. Smith ready to deliver. Hamilton now is going to get caught in a pickle out there. They've got him going back to first. The throw to get him is not going to be there. Tag applied, but I think the first baseman, Hinshaw, applied the tag to the base. And so Hamilton is back safely, gifted a second life there as they tried to get him on the move with 2 outs. And a pickoff attempt nearly had him dead in the water. Lucky to still be out there as Safford gets a chance to face Dane Smith here. Still, again, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Falcons lead 4-0. Another move over to first. And again, back safely is Corbin Hamilton. Smith set. Now the pitch home. Runner on the move. The throw to get Hamilton is going to be high, and Corbin finally finds his way to second. Roseburg had it sniffed out, but Hamilton quick and still gets into scoring position. And Safford now with that runner at second. That pitch missed to him up, and so he works ahead here, 1-0 in the count. Hamilton leads off his second. The pitch home is a bouncer up the middle. A chance for the shortstop, Gregory, on 2 hops. Fields it, throws to first in time. First baseman Hinshaw corrals it. And the Falcons add a run in the 7th. They lead 4-0 as they try to grab a Game 1 win here at the Roseburg 4th of July weekend tournament. Back after this on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN. Expert care when it matters most.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Bottom half of the 7th inning here on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. Falcons lead 4-0 as they look to grab a Game 1 win here this weekend in Roseburg against the host Pepsi Bottlecaps. Colin Tacchini will have to get through 3, 4, and 5 in the order, and he falls behind on the first pitch. Count is 1-0. It's Braxton Gary, Camden Decker, and Lauren Smith due up this half for Roseburg. Here is the 1-0 home from Tacchini. That one also misses upstairs. Counts 2-0. Gary walked in the first and then struck out in the 4th. 0 for 1 today. Pitch from Tacchini is going to hit the batter. And so a leadoff base runner for Roseburg. If you're going to make a run back at this game, that's the best way you can start it. A base runner any way you get it for the Pepsi Bottlecaps as it brings up Camden Decker. Decker has lined out and flown out so far today. Modest lead off of first for Gary. And Tacchini delivers home. First pitch taken for a strike. 0-1, the count to Decker. After Decker in the order again, it's Lauren Smith. Tacchini set and delivers home. That one is swung on and missed. A pitch in the turf. Tacchini uses the bender there to get Decker to chase and works ahead of the Bottlecaps third baseman. Colin moves over to first. Back with plenty of time is Braxton Gary. Not a huge lead for him over there, but he gets out about 2.5, 3 steps off the bag. Tacchini checks him and now gets ready to motion home with the pitch. It's going to miss upstairs. 1-2 the count. Decker wrapped up his freshman season at Roseburg High School this season, trying to get something going for the Pepsi Bottlecaps, although he sends a bouncer to short onto Teeters for 1. They get them both. A 6-4-3 double play And that gets Takini out of some trouble to lead off the 7th. 2 gone, and it brings up Lauren Smith. Smith today 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded out today. That was in the 2nd and 5th innings. Smith, the starting catcher for Roseburg, trying to get a 2-out rally started. And the first pitch is going to go in his favor as he works ahead of Colin Takini, 1-0. Colin works briskly out there, though, ready to throw. Here comes the 1-0. Checks his swing and does so in time. The count is 2-0. They try to appeal down to first, but the first base umpire agrees with the assessment the home plate umpire gave, which is Smith held up in time. So the 2-0 from Takini. This one's right down Main Street. No qualms about that one. 2 balls and a strike to Lauren Smith. Pitch from Takini this time. Just a bit lower than the previous one, and so the count is 3-1 to Lauren Smith. Carson Worsley on deck for Roseburg. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, and the count is full. Roseburg down to their final strike of the opening game here at the 4th of July weekend tournament. Colin Takini gets the signal in from Jacoby Takini. And here's the pitch. It's a comebacker right back to Colin. He gloves it. And that is the ball game. The Klamath Falls Falcons come to town and grab a Game 1 win, 4-0 against the Roseburg Pepsi Bottlecaps. We'll be back in 2 minutes' time to recap this one for you on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
Today's 3-game series with the 4th of July tournament. The Falcons taking it 4-0 over Pepsi.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Josh Eldridge back with you here on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. Game has gone final today in Roseburg. The Klamath Falls Falcons defeat the Roseburg Pepsi Bottlecaps a score of 4-0. For the Falcons today, 4 runs came on 5 hits. They committed no errors. For Roseburg, no runs, 1 hit. They commit 2 errors. Winning the game for the Falcons on the mound, pitching a complete game, one hitter. Colin Tacchini, 7 innings pitched, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts today. The loss goes to Ja'Kai Myers, who worked 6 innings for Roseburg, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, none earned. He walked 4 and struck out 1. Our Abby's legendary pizza player of the game today is Colin Tacchini, the starting pitcher for the Falcons. Not only did he grab the win on the hill today, but also went 2 for 4 at the plate with a double and helped the Falcons out to this 4-0 win. Carson Sims finished 1 for 3 today with a run scored. Jacoby Tacchini finished 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs today. Corbin Hamilton also added a base hit, 1 for 3. He also walked in the ball game. This win improves the Klamath Falls Falcons to 18-2 overall on the season. The Roseburg Pepsi Bottlecaps fall to 4-9. Tournament play continues tomorrow for the Falcons. They've got the first game of the day tomorrow at Champion Car Wash Field. We'll be back with you at high noon as the Falcons take on Vencer out of Salem. And then on Saturday, 4th of July, a matchup against the Junior Riverhawks, and then the Southern Oregon Hooks on Sunday. It's a full weekend of baseball here in Roseburg, and we are glad to be along with you. And we'll be back Friday at noon. But until then, thanks for joining us for another edition of Klamath Falls Falcons baseball. A 4-0 win today against Roseburg. Back at it again tomorrow. Until then, my name is Josh Eldridge. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. So long and good night from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon.